Okay, in this video, we will learn how to create an implementation file for the header file. So, what is basically is an implementation file. Normally, when we create header files, we declare only the members and the functions headers. We do not include their definitions. For example, just consider this function. This first line is known as function declaration or function header, and this curly braces code is known as its body or definition. So in normal practice, we separate the headers, separate the declarations from its definitions, from its implementation. So how we will do this? Let us create an implementation file in this video. But before that, please consider that we have changed the name of header file from our previous video. I have renamed it to myheader01.h. So let us create an implementation file, new file, go to C++ source, go C++, next, and type a name. I'm using the same name as header file, but writing imp at the end of this name. Save, add file to the active project. I also click on these two boxes. I haven't clicked on these two boxes in the previous video for the header file, so you have to create these, or you can simply click on all. Finish, and our header file implementation file has been created, but it's blank. What we will do now, we will simply use a reference of myheader01.h in this file. Include myheader01.h, and we also need this line there, an IOStream header file. We also need these two lines because we will use their objects, and then we will what we will do, we will simply terminate these functions with a semicolon here, and we will remove this implementation or definition from here. We will write just the declarations of the functions and terminate them with semicolon. This means that we have declared the functions, but we haven't defined their implementations in this header file. Now how we will create the implementation? Let us go here, and first of all we will define the constructor. So simply write the name of constructor, and you can see this is parameterless constructor. So we will simply write the opening closing brackets and then opening bracket and closing bracket. But before this, we also have to mention the name of the class in which this constructor is present. Name of the class is test, and these two columns are known as scope resolution operator. It defines the name of the function which is present in the class. So in this function constructor, we will simply write the body which we have written in this constructor in the header file previously. Now we will define the second parameterized constructor and paste it and define its body simply, or mistakenly put it here. It should not be there, it should be a separate function, and let us set its indentation. Simply we will use the same body, and then go to here and copy this function declaration and paste it here, and here we will use the name of class before the name of the function. And what we will write here, we will simply write the value of the data variable. So now in this implementation file, what we have done, we have defined each of the function of the header file class test. We can also make several classes here, many classes. We can also define some other class like test2 here, and we can define its members, private and public, but for now we will discuss only one class. So we have written the implementation file. Now save file, save this too, and then let us try, is it run successfully or not. So it successfully ran.